everybody. So I know for me, on my path, there was a lot of feeling misunderstood, and just not being seen for my truth, and not being seen at my depth. And it was really like lonely and isolating. It's like, in a way, you kind of, for me, like, I dimmed my own lights just so that I fit in. I was like, I was putting on a mask so that people wouldn't judge me for my truth and authenticity and my depth, because in a way I had that insecurity of showing that true side of me and showing my depth. But just the more you do the inner work, and the more you really root yourself in your truth and authenticity, then slowly other people's opinions kind of just fall away. And it's like, of course they'll come up, it'll still come up here and there, but it's like slowly, like, people's opinions just matter less and less to you, because you just know your truth, and then nothing can really shake that. So it's but if you're like me and you feel like so misunderstood, like, just know that that's just how it's meant to be. You'll find your people that can meet you at your level. You really will. But for them, it's showing you that you're so special, like so unique, and you have a depth that not everyone else has, and people can only meet you to the level that they've gone within themselves, right? So they can't see your depth if they're not at that depth, or they haven't reached that depth within themselves. So it's like a mystery to them. It's like there's like a intrigue about you, but it's so misconstrued, because especially people you knew and grew up with you and family, when you start to break free of the illusion, it's like they still hold those beliefs and know that construct of who you were. But for you, it's like that's falling away, and then they're still seeing that old you, and then there's just that, like, misunderstanding, because you're at a different place and they're seeing you as something else, and it's just like you feel misunderstood, you feel not seen and not heard, and that's okay. That's just a part of the process. And when you really start to come into your power, they have no choice but to see you for who you are. And even if they do have those that old construct of you, it once they see your truth in its fullest form, it's like that old construct just falls away. It's like, but I really understand anyone that's feeling misunderstood, especially being an empath and really feeling other people. You can really see people's what people are kind of thinking in a way, and how are people perceiving you, and you can see that you're just, a lot of the time you're being misunderstood. And I just want to let you know that's okay, and it's an opportunity to go within yourself more, and really not focus on what other people are thinking of you, and just, it's an opportunity to go further within yourself and really understand yourself more, and really come into a solid understanding of yourselves, where even what anyone else thinks of you, it doesn't really matter anymore. Like, you know who you are, so like what anyone else thinks, it's like, whatever. Like, of course, that's not to say we don't listen to other people and take in what other people are saying, and look inward and see if that's true, but when we come into our power, we can really discern truth from falsity. So we really start to build discernment within ourselves. I also want to say that I'm not sure who this is going to reach, but I feel like as an empath, or just who I am, I feel like I mirror people, and that can bring up a lot of confusion. So I feel like I can hold space for people and just reflect back in them their truth, and what they're holding back within themselves is stopping them from being in their truth. And it can trigger people, but it also can be such a joy for people. So, and of course the mind can get a hold of things and just misconstrued things, and that's where misunderstandings come in, and but it's cool. It's like we just do our own thing, and that's it. We do our own thing, and we find our own power, and we understand ourselves so that we don't need validation and understanding from others. And when we start to understand ourselves, we naturally start to attract the people that actually see us for who we are. So it's just like when we do our own work, it's like that's when the people come into our lives that truly understand us and see us for who we are. And that's so great, having those people that can go to those depths with you and really see you for your truth, and see you not by your achievements, and not by your personal identity, and not by your age, but they can see you at a soul level. They can see that your soul's not defined by this body. Like, being so young, it's just so easy for people to see you for your age, and like discount your wisdom and throw it away as, you haven't lived life long enough to, where is this wisdom coming from, but it's like, my soul's not defined by this body's age, like, and when you come into that understanding, it's like so powerful, because you see your power, and you know your power, and you know who you are beyond a personal construct and age and your job, and it's beautiful. So if you are feeling misunderstood, just go within and understand yourself first before we look for validation and understanding through other people, because other people can't give us that understanding of ourselves. And there's always more we can learn about ourselves and our soul, and we're so complex, and there's always more we can learn about ourselves every day. So just take the time to understand yourself more, and naturally the people that when you go to a depth within yourself, that's when you go to the depth of yourself, naturally people that have reached that depth within themselves find you, and you can both mirror each other and be at that depth together and see each other authentically. And it's a beautiful experience, but that requires you to go deep within yourself first. So you can't expect to have people fully understand you when you haven't come to a deep enough understanding of yourself first. So cheers, thanks for listening, appreciate you, have a good day. This is my view at the moment, and nature, nothing better. Alright, cheers, see ya.